Welcome to the Heal, Thrive, Dream podcast, where trauma survivors become healthy thrivers. Each month, we'll feature a theme in the trauma recovery and empowerment field. To promote your recovery, healing, and learning how to build dreams, here's your host, Karen Robinson, transformational coach and therapist.
If you have suffered from emotional abuse of any kind, then your story is my story too. My name is Gina Coviello, and I know how it feels to be betrayed by people who are supposed to love you. I know the emotional pain of feeling utterly alone in the world, unable to feel safe with others. Embracing self-love changed my life and my relationship struggles. Self-love can do the same for you. Please join me on a path of healing through self-love. My story is your story too.
Hi, and welcome to the Heal, Thrive, Dream podcast. Today, my guest is Christie Hallihan. Christie has over 20 years of experience as a dedicated health advocate, specialized in guiding individuals to overcome the impacts of chronic stress. As a certified food as medicine and raw food chef, she focuses on gut health, balanced nutrition, and healthy lifestyle changes to empower people to transition from stress to strength, paving a path to energy and wholeness. I also want to take a moment to say Christie is one of our summit speakers in the upcoming summit, The Physical Effects, Refining Revitalization, stumbling over my words, after the physical effects of trauma. Christie, I am so honored that you're here today. Thank you for being one of our speakers. And anything about your bio that you would like to add to that I didn't share yet?
I'm just thrilled to be here and a part of not only your community, but being able to share my knowledge to help the women in the community. So I'm grateful. Thank you.
Yeah, it's a nice marriage. We balance each other. It's like because we're both very interested in holistic health for people to recover from stress and burnout and trauma and any kind of interpersonal wounds. Yeah, as you're aware, my community is trauma survivors and usually people that are struggling with complex trauma recovery. What's your experience with this subject matter? And you could share personal experience, professional experience, like whatever feels comfortable.
Sure. I've gone through my own trauma in my life and still going through it. So not only have I lived it, but also have done deep dives into learning how to overcome it or how to make my body strong or do different modalities that just help. The whole stress really affects every system in the body, as I'm sure. So there's a lot that you have to do to just keep that balance. But I think food is sometimes lost and not thought about as being so powerful.
Yeah, I would 100% agree. A lot of people aren't aware of the connection between food and mental health. It's pretty interesting. We all know it's connected to physical health, but not many people realize it's impacted to our emotional and mental health as well.
Definitely.
How did you get to the point where you wanted to be a coach or a health advocate? How did you get there?
So, like most people, I think in this space, I was going through my own troubles. I had my first daughter. I was exhausted. Like I thought I had chronic fatigue syndrome. I was that exhausted. I had developed skin issues. I was on a very high dose of thyroid medicine. When I was 23, I let them radiate my thyroid. I was overactive, and that was the option to do. I had brain fog. I had all these things. I had weight I could not get off. And I discovered food I'm a dental hygienist, through a boss's wife who worked in the office. She made some dishes. It was delicious. This healthy food's delicious. That makes a huge impact. And then she had every book and she had a VHS tape. And I took all the books she had and this VHS tape and I watched it.
You're aging yourself there, Christie, with the VHS tape.
I know. So this tape was life-changing and I watched it and it just demystified how to put these recipes together. And I started making them. I wasn't planning on going 100% raw, but I just kept making more recipes And literally by the third day, first off, it's very cleansing. So I was definitely cleansing. Oh, they call me the poopologist. I'm not afraid to talk about it. It's an important thing.
Everybody poops.
Right. But where was I? So by the third day, I'm not kidding, a veil was lifted. My brain fog was gone. My energy, I woke up and I actually felt like I got a good night's sleep. Within 2 weeks, my high dose of my thyroid medicine got cut in half just from,
Wow.
it was crazy. I was on the same dose for 10 years and it got cut in half. My psoriasis that I had been diagnosed with after my daughter went away. Everything just changed in my life and I couldn't shut up and I had to tell everyone about it. So I got certified and started doing workshops, and that was 20 years ago. Yeah.
Awesome. So what's your favorite raw meal that you make?
Probably, I have a few, but my lasagna is unbelievable. On my YouTube channel, I have videos of me making that. And the other one I think is one of my favorites is a sprouted sunflower pate. It uses sprouted sunflower seeds and tahini and lemon juice. It's very good. Everyone loves it.
That one sounds more complicated to me. Is it, or that's
It's
just my thinking?
not, people, when I talk about how we should soak the seeds and nuts, people are like, I don't have the time. I'm like, you just soak them overnight. There's no time it takes out of your day. So when you do that, you get rid of the anti-nutrients and allow all the nutrients in those seeds to get to your body so you can utilize them and digest them and absorb them. Because it really isn't just you are what you eat, it's you are what you absorb.
And that's a good point. It's
Yeah.
very telling that we don't feel like we have time to soak something overnight, but we have time to get convenience foods, or we have time to go through the drive-through. And does it really take more time to soak something overnight? Like you're just putting it in a bowl of water. Isn't that all you do?
Yep,
But you
that's
soak
all you
something overnight?
do. All you do. So the number one reason for people to not eat healthy is convenience. So I do try to show how truly easy and simple it can be, and just little hacks that really help save time and getting all that nutrients. You're going to have more energy throughout your day. So you actually add time, right?
Yeah. And does your classes or courses on food prep, or is it just like veggies and fruits and veggies that you focus on, or are there protein sources as well? Tell me a little more about the meal plans you do.
So over the 20 years, I definitely focus on raw food dishes because I think that's where people are lacking, and their fruits and vegetables and nuts and seeds, right? But when I became certified in food as medicine, and as I've matured, I know the importance of protein. So I don't like to tell people which diet to use. I personally do really well with a paleo with higher vegetables. So I eat animal protein. I think it's hard to get the protein needs of an older woman with just plant foods. But I do think increasing, just implementing more into your life does wonders. So
Yeah, I think that's consistent with the research that I've seen lately too, is I think the magic is mostly protein and veggies, right?
yeah, but you can make them really delicious. I promise. I
Yeah.
do doing live workshops. That's what I've done mainly in the past, and everything's going to virtual. But I love watching someone take a bite for the first time and really seeing their reaction and amazement of how delicious it is.
Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, let me know whenever you have a live demonstration, because you must do them at health fairs and things. Do you do a little cooking there?
I'm getting into corporate wellness. So I'm doing a health fair. So that's for a corporation, but I'm in the Dulles Regional Chamber. So we're doing some health fairs out in the community that are free for anyone in the area. So it's
Well, keep us posted. Yeah.
I will. Something might be happening in Alexandria in May. I'll let you know.
Okay. Yeah. or wherever you are, because we have listeners from all over the place.
Okay. Yeah,
So
great.
thanks for that. And share that. What's other than the energy, what else has been like a huge healing? What else has helped in your healing journey from the hurts and wounds that you've had in your past?
So, a few things. I went to a women's retreat in October when I was at extremely high stress. The loop was going in my mind nonstop. I was in that fight or flight all the time. And doing breath work, I didn't know much about breath work, but I was like, what just happened? Like it totally stopped that loop and just set it down. And all of a sudden, I was just calm. And it was like a 2-hour breath work. I don't know what type it was actually. That was extremely helpful. I know that's not food related, but
No, I asked about your own healing journey. So
yeah.
it's food and I think
So
holistic is we need different things. Yeah.
encompassing all. So the other thing I just experienced, have you heard of the harmonic egg? My
It's
girlfriend,
vaguely familiar. Tell me more.
oh my gosh, my girlfriend owns one. Her company's the Source Harmonic Egg of Northern Virginia. And it is, you sit inside of it at zero gravity, and it's frequencies, but frequencies using music and light. And it helps get you out of the sympathetic, which is your fight or flight freeze, back into the parasympathetic. And it helps detox even traumas. It's good for PTSD, good for physical ailments. It was quite an experience. I would have to say the relaxation state I was in was undescribable. It was really interesting. And there's a lot of science backing up the whole frequency modalities. So the Source, it's called the harmonic egg. It's really interesting.
I think I just remembered where I've heard about it. I think you posted about it.
Oh, that's right. I did.
I was like, I can see the egg.
Yes. Yep.
That's too funny.
Another very big thing is I'm very much into healing the gut. I think a lot of people don't realize that 90% of serotonin is manufactured in the gut. So if your gut health is off, your brain health is going to be off. Also, a lot of nutrients are synthesized in the gut. Estrogens are broken down and eliminated. If that's not happening, you get that estrogen back recirculated. So healing the gut, and I have a whole module all about bone broth. I love bone broth. I make it, I buy it, but I fast with it. It's very healing to the gut, and it helps hair and joints and skin, and it has loads of collagen, all about the bone broth.
I wish they would call it something else.
Yeah, I know.
My dad like butchered cows when I was growing up, and I hated that. Just the whole bones and food. I was vegetarian until I was pregnant. And then I was craving protein, like meat, so crazily that I stopped being a vegetarian. But those poor cows and piggies.
I know.
I love meat, so I'm being a hypocrite, but there's something about the word bone. I know I'm not alone in that, is why I'm bringing it up. It can gross us out, even though the health effects are tremendous. I don't doubt that at all.
You are not alone at all. In fact, all my friends, I'm like, here, I'll bring it to them. And they're like, oh, no, thank you. And I'm like, you're not even going to taste it? They're like, no, thank you. Maybe I'll have to come up with a different word for it. I'll have to think on that. That's a challenge for me.
Because like I will purchase it sometimes and then I really struggle with using it because the packaging will say bone on it.
Yeah. It's so funny. I was actually 100% raw when I got pregnant with my second daughter. And I was going to go to a nutritionist, make sure I was getting enough protein and everything. But like you, all of a sudden, all I wanted was burgers and steak. So I was like, oh, no, problem solved.
I was craving pepperoni. And so I decided pepperoni is a little big of a huge jump from being vegetarian to pepperoni. So I started eating chicken. Right.
That's funny.
Yeah. So I'm glad that you're going to rename your broth for in my honor.
I'm gonna think on that tonight.
It's something like, this is not bone broth in the wing on the label. So you make your own. is it just boiling down? I'm going to gross myself out, but I think it's important for people to know because there's so much nutrients. When you make bone broth, you're just boiling the bones down. Is that what it is? Like, how do you get the
You
stuff out of the bones?
you actually do a low simmer. You don't want to
Okay.
rolling boil.
Okay.
And I like to do 24 hours, especially with beef bones. And so this might gross a lot of people out, but you want high collagen bones, not the greatest ones you can think of. But there will be, like at certain farmers markets, there's Amish farms that will have 2 pounds of bones frozen for you because it
Okay.
got really popular. So they package them together and it's not bad when they're frozen. But using the crock
Yeah.
pot's super easy on
Yes.
low for 24 hours. And then, of course, I add whatever vegetables I want and spices and herbs. And then 24 hours low. And it, so when you get the minerals from the bones into the broth, your body can use those minerals very easily and assimilate them. Like I talked about, it's not what you eat, it's what you absorb and use. So that's why bone broth is so healing. It has so many nutrients in it.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's something I'm going to have to make friends with soon. I'm pretty sure.
Yes, I see that in your future.
Yeah. And so I'm guessing that what really helps with this are the spices that you use. Do you have a favorite spice that you put in bone broth?
I like peppercorns. I like a lot of garlic. If you're making it and want to feed it to your pet, you cannot use garlic or onions because that's not good for dogs. But bone broth is very good for animals too, for if they have a lot of skin issues, allergies, things like that. I like leeks. I like, but usually the garlic and onion, lots of herbs
Really?
like, yeah, bay leaf. Can't give all my secrets away now. I should do a video of making the bone broth for everyone.
I think that would be lovely. Do you have one of those on your YouTube channel already?
I'll have to
Yeah.
work on that.
I'm going to feel like it's in my honor when you do.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I'll have a new name for it. Maybe collagen. I'll have to think on the name, but maybe in the next week or two, I'll drop that.
I did buy active collagen. It's like a jelly. It's sour apple flavor
Ooh.
collagen and from a health company. And I'm able to tolerate that. I have to think that it's not made from animal part and then I'm okay. Yeah, it's
So,
not so easy to take, but it's really great for your hair and your skin. And yeah,
yes. So do you take like a spoonful? How do you take
yeah,
that?
it's a spoonful. Yeah. And it's something active. I don't want to say radioactive because radio is maybe not the right word, but it's live cultures and
Okay.
yeah, it's really costly, really costly. Yeah. But I've noticed a difference with my skin and my
Have
hair and
you?
things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other thing while I'm thinking about it, probably one of the biggest things is doing some gentle detoxing has been majorly healing for the infrared sauna. I don't know if you're familiar. I have a sleeping bag type and then a 2-person, but for stress and all that, but for health too, it detoxes at the cellular level. It helps detox heavy metals out, but it also brings you to a very calming space. And my favorite little exercise that helps, I just read in one of my Facebook groups of this that the lady was very anxious all the time. And after using this, I'll tell you, she said she's completely has calmed and she doesn't have that anxiety. So it's a rebounder, a little mini
Oh,
trampoline.
oh yeah.
I love the rebounder. I try to use mine at least for a minute to 10 minutes every day, but it opens the lymphatic system. It brings oxygen to all the cells and it's easy and fun.
Very cool. And I know you also host a walking group a couple times a month.
Yep. Every other Saturday. Right now, I might add more dates, but I just like you, I want to build a community of women just so we can talk about subjects that are close to their heart or do a Q&A or just like today, just really, have you heard of forest bathing?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was doing that today on the walk, like just looking at everything and really seeing like trees that had died and broken on the ground, but then the rebirth coming up of the new grasses and leaves. And it was just really amazing today. I saw a huge woodpecker. Being out in nature is very healing. It's
Very
my
much
favorite
so.
place. It's my favorite place.
Oh, that's so beautiful. Christy, what got you interested in speaking on on a healing trauma summit? What intrigued you about that? Like, why were you a yes?
So going through the trauma myself over the last 5, 6 years and really understanding what it has been doing to me, not realizing I've learned so much in the last year and seeing that I was searching for a community and I wasn't getting help from the judicial system. Other people didn't quite understand what I was going through because they haven't been through similar things I was going through. And I just wanted to find a place. Your community gave me that safeness I needed to be able to share, or not only share, but hear that I wasn't alone in what I was going through. And so when you approached me, it was like instantly, I'm like, oh my gosh, and ever since then, all these doors are opening towards that population. And I'm like, maybe this is the path I belong to go down, and maybe some good from going through the trauma I went through is that I'll be able to help others in a deep understanding of what they're going through. So I'm very emotional. Sorry, because I'm so thrilled. I'm just over the moon to be a part of your community and to be a part of the summit to share my knowledge.
And you're certainly a wealth of knowledge, right?
Yeah.
And when we personally go through things that are traumatic and we can turn that into, of course, it's a lot of hurt and pain, but there's so many powerful lessons. And then when we turn that into a gift to help others, like the compassion we can bring the community, and people like to hire coaches that get it. Oh,
Yeah.
wow, you understand what it's like to have trauma, and you can help me have a healthier diet. Wow. Or know what it's like to go through this hard time, and you can take me on a walk, enforce that. Like, wow. Like, I think it just is really healing and resonates with people. It looks at wholeness.
Yes, I was looking for a way to help, and I was thinking, being a dental hygienist, having my office sign up, there's through the ADA, the American Dental Association, to help women who have been through physical abuse and help them get their smile back and things like that. So I was looking in that way, but this just resonates with me so much more. It's just where my heart is, for sure.
Yeah, I am so thrilled that you're going to be one of the speakers. Healing can be a lot of work. So we need people that are excited about their healing gifts. And I feel like you're that. Like you really are super into being a health advocate. And we all need that. Yeah.
Yes, I need it too. Helping others helps me.
Yeah. I super appreciate you taking time out on this Saturday. I know you're busy, you have a lot going on. So taking time out is not a small thing. So I really appreciate this. I appreciate all that you're doing for my community and your community. And I think this summit is going to be amazing.
I think so too. Thank you so much, Karen.
Thank you too.
Thank you for listening in today. Please join us next week, same day and time. Also, I would love for you to check out my website, healthrivedream.com.
If you have suffered from emotional abuse of any kind, then your story is my story too. My name is Gina Coviello, and I know how it feels to be betrayed by people who are supposed to love you. I know the emotional pain of feeling utterly alone in the world, unable to feel safe with others. Embracing self-love changed my life and my relationship struggles. Self-love can do the same for you. Please join me on a path of healing through self-love. My story is your story too.